Have you ever thought about what would happen if someone tried to bring the dead back to life again? I'm sorry, because I think that every single childhood hometown has some sort of terrifying ghost story associated with it. I promise you, think about it. What did someone tell you growing up that still terrifies you to the core to this day? Because I'll tell you mine. Although the reasons that it shakes me now are totally different than the reasons that it used to shake me whenever I was a kid. This is the witch's grave. This is in Oklahoma, and man, does everybody and their sister know about this grave. But this is where like a lot of teen boys would like take girls and be like, oh my gosh, like it's so scary, like I'll protect you, like well, you know, whatever. There's literally nothing to do in Oklahoma. So the cemetery that's in was built sometime during the 1800s. I'm not really sure when, but the story goes is that a local woman's husband had fallen ill suddenly on a Valentine's Day. Basically, she wasn't expecting it and she was absolutely devastated. She's struggling with her grieving process and decides to perform necromantic spells in order to try to bring him back to life. I don't know if any of y'all have seen Practical Magic, but that's exactly what I'm picturing. And she was basically willing to resort to anything to get this man to come back to life. Well, the townspeople heard about this, and you know how like 1800s and witches like don't mix? They got such a bad rep. They were like, we can't be having this in our town. So they went to the woman's house and they forcefully took the body and were like, hey, it's time to bury him. Well, this woman was set and determined to bring her husband back to life because she goes to the cemetery that night, digs him right back up, brings him right back to her house, and starts to perform another spell. And there's several different versions of the story that people will hear growing up, and sometimes people hear she went back twice to go dig him up. Sometimes they'll hear she went back a bunch of times to go dig him up. But no matter what version of the story you heard, eventually the townspeople just get fed up and they decide that they're just going to cement the grave.